Captured by the Drow. You wouldn't wish this fate upon anyone. Yet, here you are, locked in a dark cave. The cold, heavy weight of metal tight around your throat and wrists. You are not alone. Other prisoners are trapped in here with you, in an underground outpost far from the light of the sun. Your captors include a cruel Drow priestess who calls herself Mistress Elvara of House Misery. Over the past several days, you've met her several times, robed in silken garments and flanked by 2 male Drow, one of whom has a mass of scars along the side of his face and neck. Mistress Elvara likes to impress her will with scourge in hand and remind you that your life now belongs to her. Accept your fate, learn to obey, and you may survive. Her words echo in your memory, even as you plot your escape.
So, I will need each of you to roll a d10 other than Little John and Lucas. One of you decides who will roll the d10.
Yeah, you can do it, Brandon.
I have yet to. I don't know if high or low is what you want. I'm either really good or really bad.
It's a secret.
Everyone needs to roll one. Other than, like I said, Lucas and Little John, they don't. Well, one of them don't.
Oh, I got 3. This is nice. I'm gonna die. Poor Zed.
So, that is how many days you've been a prisoner.
Oh.
Well, it sucks to be Aaron. And Caspian.
I rolled a 10. Damn it! Just a little boy.
Now, each of you roll, including Lucas and Little John, both of you, a d20.
No.
Oh God, no!
Did I roll? Okay, I did.
Oh, my lord.
I don't know. So
Oh, God.
Is that everyone? Yes. So Caspian, in the time that you've been trapped, you've managed to come into the possession of a crossbow bolt coated in Drow poison.
Make them go to sleep.
Just the bolt. I'm
Just
guessing.
poison. Just the bolt. Little John, you've managed to find 5 feet of silken rope. Venick, you've also acquired 5 feet of silken rope.
This is a really interesting start.
yeah.
Aaron, you have managed to find a rusty iron bar.
I'll give them tetanus.
Zed, you've managed to find a spider that has decided to become your friend.
Aw.
Go
Yeah.
him.
Bad.
Snob the spider.
And Lucas, you've managed to craft yourself a shiv, which counts as a dagger.
What did I find?
You found 5 feet of silken rope.
Okay.
That is what you've managed to acquire in your time trapped as prisoners of the Drow.
What? Are we gonna sell?
Yes, you are split up between 2 cells. Let me double check that everything is correct. Yes. Can you all see?
Nope.
That is because there is no light here for those of you that do not have dark vision.
I have dark vision.
Well, shit.
Actually, there might be some light. Let me turn
What is
on.
this? Oh my gosh, what is that?
Give me
Okay.
some time.
Boobs.
Yeah, I have dark vision.
I can't see her, so I don't know.
I have the best dark vision.
I wonder
You have
why.
extra dark vision?
Mr.
I
Twilight.
have 300. I have 300 feet of dark vision.
Dude.
Right.
He's a
You have
Twilight.
300 feet.
Yeah, 300.
Do you sparkle?
I have
No.
dark vision too. I see the dark all over the place.
Yes.
There.
Yes, you do.
Are you all able to see now?
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
Your vision is turned on. Oh, it's not. This token's not set to be controlled by you. Why?
But he doesn't have dark vision. He can't see anything.
He's blind.
Dear God, I see ugliness.
You know what? I would like to echo.
Did you find a mirror?
statements. What are these? What are those?
This
And-
is
Boobs.
Is that Jimmy?
So, as you've been here amongst
it's an artwork.
the other slaves, you've gotten to know a fair few. First and foremost, oh really, there's not, are all the art behind it? This is not as well set up as the,
Just roll with it.
there we go. So, first and foremost, there is a male Dero, for those of you that happen to know what that is.
Well, Diddle.
I do
don't
know.
what that is.
A Dero.
Darrow.
He looks a bit like a dwarf.
Oh.
But, he has gray skin and white hair. He's elderly. I mean, he looks like a dwarf, other than
he
his
doesn't have a hair.
gray skin. But, he's rather gregarious and talkative. And he does seem to have a rather keen mind, but otherwise seems like a nice guy. And his name is Boopido.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, cool.
I thought we were bad with names and with annihilation.
He will be the first to die.
Oh.
Hey then,
I just don't want to keep pronouncing his name.
you don't want to say Boopido?
Boopido.
The boobster.
I'm just gonna say boop.
Secondly,
We got boobs. We got boop.
Yeah.
there is, for those of you who know them, there are creatures in the Underdark, often used as servants. They are semi-intelligent, of the Drow, known as Quagoths. They are bestial things. But there is one in the slave pens, who is quite well-mannered. He claims that he's actually an elven prince that has been put under a curse, and that his name is Prince Darendil.
Oh no.
Actually, it should be noted that it has only been in the few encounters where you have met him. Only those who speak Elvish, because he only ever speaks Elvish,
Oh my
know
gosh.
this. So those of you who speak Elvish know that there is supposedly a cursed elven prince, Prince Darendil.
Does he have a really
Crazy
long neck?
gibberish talker over there.
No, that's just the fancy neck piece that he would like to wear if it hadn't been taken from him. Also amongst the group, probably one of the most normal, quote-unquote, people that you've met is a dwarf. She goes by the name Eldeth Felderun. And of course, how could we ever forget the Deep Gnome that seen, specifically Lucas, I believe you were the one looking for him. A well-known gambler of sorts. Jimjar.
I figure with that gnome with the big ass nose.
There is a individual down here who seems to get along relatively well with our fellow Zed, although only somewhat. There is a gray orc amongst you, named Ront.
Grunt.
There is also, oddly enough, a drow that is locked in here with you. He keeps to himself, and he also seems to have some kind of infection. So all the other prisoners tend to keep their distance from him. A few of you have heard his name. He goes by Sadith Thekarit.
Must be in the other prison. So,
And of course, very few of you have ever run into them, but there is a Kuatoa amongst you, a fish person.
Oh my gosh.
He seems to have a very unique and rather laid-back personality. He calls himself Shushar the Awakened.
Oh no.
you got a hippie fish.
Fucking eyes.
He looks
Without a
stoned
single
out of his
brain-
mind.
There's
Yeah, he
not a
does.
single brain cell between.
What is he awakened from?
The water.
That's what I want to know.
Besides Jimjar, there are two other deep gnome that are amongst you. Twins, a male and a female. They go by Topsy,
And bottom.
and Turvy.
Oh no. We're sure we're not playing first edition.
We are not. What would make you assume that?
I feel like everything in first edition was just like, oh my gosh, we made a game, let's make it like so unoriginal. I don't know.
And in the time you've spent here, a couple of you have come to learn the small voice that occasionally seems to speak in your mind. You're not sure what it's doing here, or what plans they have for it, but there is a little thing in the corner that calls itself Duel.
Yes.
Those got turned with feet.
Probably why its name's Stu.
Duel stool.
Remember the giant mausoleums from Elden Ring, Sam? That's what that one looks like.
Those are your fellow prisoners.
Supposed to be same gentleman looking motherfucker right here.
Do they also have provisions?
Some of them have acquired a handful of things, but it should be noted that essentially, not everyone has shared what they have or what they know with each other. I mean, you are all mostly strangers, but you are
Cool background.
all trapped down here.
Am I free to move around?
You can move around in the cells, but you
Okay.
can't go out of them. You can, if you so desire, speak with any of your fellow cellmates.
Most part, boobs and I can go some.
You've just accepted.
Not in character, obviously.
Tyler. Why do I get to fish myself? What the hell?
You got an issue over here.
I do! I got this Indiana Jones looking mother in my cell.
Say discount Clint Eastwood, but
That was that one, Tyler.
Yeah, at least I'm old
It's
enough
like
to
you ordered-
shave.
wouldn't wish.
I am a little shit. We talking
I will
about
say, for the most part, I've played the part of a young boy who doesn't really know much of the world.
listen, young boy. You're down part of this time fishing. Stay out of it.
So, since I've been here for 9 days, I mean, I don't suppose I can tell if his condition has worsened or gotten better or anything, or if just stayed the same.
You can make a medicine check.
Oh!
His condition seems to have been more or less the same the entire time.
Okay.
Why is his head so flat?
It's his condition.
It's his condition. The Drow. Says it.
It's just the way he styles his hair. As I say, do any, Lucas, do you speak Elven?
I do not. I speak Undercommon and Common.
Right. Well then, Prince Darendelle tries to talk to you, but when you do not understand his Elvish, he immediately begins to ignore you.
Can we see the other prisoners, or...
No, you
Okay.
are kept in a completely different cell. Over the time you've been here, they don't put the same prisoners in the same cells every single time. They kind of just shove whoever
Okay.
they've got. So you've kind of met everyone, but as of this very
Can we
moment,
hear them?
if you were to shout, you might be able to
Okay.
hear them. But odds are your prison guards would get annoyed, and they
Alright.
will.
How many guards are outside right now?
If you look through the bars, you can see at least one guard standing right outside the doors, the gate.
I'll give him tetanus.
Here, so.
How
Well,
many
okay.
guards, when we are like escorted in and out, how many guards are there for that?
When you're brought in and out, there's usually 2 to 3, but they only ever seem to bring about 2 of you out at a time, sometimes just 1.
What
And
are
they
we
have-
brought in and out for?
They occasionally have you brought out to do miscellaneous menial tasks, like emptying their chamber pots for them, stacking boxes. What else? operating the lift. Sometimes they'll just literally bring you into rooms and make you clean. Sometimes they have you help with the cooking or washing the dishes. They regularly have you do their laundry for them. Sometimes they just give you miscellaneous tasks that seem to do nothing. Like they'll literally just make you stack rocks.
What do they feed us?
Food.
Bread.
They feed you essentially gruel. It is enough to sustain you, but it is not good, and it is not particularly filling either.
Oh, cool. Yuck. Gross.
You said we were in the intro already plotting our escape. Is there?
Well-
Would we?
Like we would like to escape, I think is the.
You're
the idea
fairly
behind that.
From the handful of things you've overheard, it sounds like there is a plan within the next couple of weeks to move you to Menzoberranzan, the main Drow city.
Yeah, we
where
don't want to go there.
There will basically be no escape once you are slaves in Menzoberranzan.
How difficult does it look like to break these chains?
The chains are...
Be able to like move around with hands and feet instead.
I mean, I'm guessing they're also enchanted if I can't do spells.
Yes, they are they're engraved with runes that prevent any spell casting, and they are made of pretty solid steel. So
Is it like a turning key kind of thing, or is it kind of
it is a key. You would, if somebody had some thieves' tools, there is a chance you could try to pick them.
What if we just pee on it for long enough and it rusts, and then we can break it?
It's
You would-
steel.
Little John would just like to break it.
You may attempt a strength check.
They will keep their edge.
No, they hold fast.
I wonder if we help each other do it.
No.
Usually
I
makes
forget
it
what all
easier.
y'all have. I mean, I suppose not everybody's trusting each other, so.
It should be noted that the majority of you are strangers, but you are at the very least all caught in the same scenario.
And I was.
I
on the chair.
figure during the transfer
Jar.
when we like make our move and I start whacking with my rusty pipe.
I think it'd be easier though if we can get these all.
Yeah, during my time here, have I kind of sussed out where they might keep contraband or such?
You may make a history check.
Well, at least I'm proficient in it.
Just him.
Well, he's the one that's trying to remember.
You
He's
know,
also been here a long time.
Well, he was-
Yeah, he
10
had.
days. I've been here 9 days.
Yep. If you want to, you may as well.
I forgot. I need to take off. Always roll advantage for advantage power. There we go.
Oh yes, you might all still have your toggle.
Ah!
So,
Nice.
Caspian, you know that anything non-magical was taken and already been shipped away to be sold.
Not my Lucille.
Anything that was magical, Aaron, you have personally overheard that it sounds like the commander of this outpost, Ilvara, has at the very least kept your spell book and anything else that she thought might be of interest in her personal quarters.
How open has Aaron been on being a magic user?
I mean, does everybody's chains have runes on them to prevent them from doing magic? Or, like, just specifically magic users?
Anyone that they know to be a magic user, they have put the runes on.
Then I feel like it'd be a little obvious.
Not to Little John.
Certainly wouldn't have demonstrated.
Oh.
My 7 intelligence will not help that.
Well, no, I'm sure there was a scuffle. In which case I would have used one particular ability. Never mind. So I would also have these ruins on my maps.
Well, eventually, at one point during the day, it is decided that... Oh. That is visible.
It's a 5.
No! I could be a 5. Maybe.
That's how many fingers
What if we
they're
just start
taking from
flinging
us.
poo at each other?
Well, I can do that. I don't
That's
even think.
it's very
I'll keep
uncivilized.
telling
Very uncouth.
Never.
That's fine.
or start
It
a
is-
fight, then we could start a fake fight, and then they'd have to come in and try to like separate us. Oh my gosh.
Well, at one point during the
Did I
day,
hear fight?
Oh
the
no.
Drow come and they grab Aaron and Caspian and demand that the two of you go and do some work.
I mean, it's just another Tuesday, so.
Pretty much.
How many of them come?
4. But you are brought specifically to a shrine room, and within the shrine room there is a single Drow priestess praying.
Oh crap.
However, you quickly recognize that it is not Ilvara. She doesn't give you any notice, but the guards that brought you quickly hand you some dustpans and brooms and basically tell you to sweep up the shrine.
Is it obvious who, like, what kind of shrine?
You may make a religion or a history check.
High rollers tonight.
Apparently, both of you know that this is a shrine to Lolth.
Yep, that's bad.
Yes, the spider goddess of the Drow.
I do not make eye contact, I merely nod. Take the broom dustpan and begin sweeping. I will count how many people are in the room and how many people leave the room.
After a few minutes, 2 of the Drow leave, leaving only 2 of the guards to watch you, but the priestess remains at prayer at the altar.
I mean, I still don't have a way to get out of my chains, so doing anything. Unless, I mean, do I see them have keys on them, or?
Yes, anytime the guards come to get you, they have the keys on them. Also, well, the guards have the keys to the cells, but only the priestesses and the captains have the keys to the manacles.
I wonder how much they care about their priestesses if we try to take it hostage.
You die.
At least I'm trying to think of a plan.
I am here praying to my gods.
Gods? You have more than one?
I said goddess.
Well, I heard gods.
I did too.
See? You two-timing god whore.
Turn up your hearing aid, Irmas.
Huh? They took it from me.
Yes, you do anything besides clean while you're there.
I mean, so our hands are free enough to sweep.
Yeah. You can move your arms around a bit. I mean, there's a little bit of length of chain in between the manacles on your wrists.
Are the guards like vigilantly watching us, or are they kind of just talking amongst themselves and like not paying too close attention?
They are watching.
Dang it.
I was gonna say, think of the opening to Pirates of the Caribbean where they're all in chains going to get hung. You know, that's the kind of chains I'm thinking of, right, Joe?
Wrong.
Somewhat.
No.
Well, it's chained from your waist to your wrists to your neck. But there is about a foot to a foot and a half of chain between your wrists so that you can move your hands around and actually perform the tasks they ask of you.
Is the door the only in and out of this place? Oh, they pushed us through?
The place they bring you to has... Double check. It was the shrine, which is here. It has an entrance in and an entrance out. There are two, or... No, there's one? There's a balcony that it goes to, and then from that balcony, it goes multiple ways. So, the outpost you are in is several hollowed out stalagmites. Are those the ones that hang from the ceiling?
Yes.
The outpost is literally multiple hollowed out stalagmites that you are in.
So, technically, if I can find a way out, I can jump my way to freedom?
Potentially, you could jump from the bridges to the further down.
Well, I was all over the ground.
I mean, you could. You also know that there is a body of water below you, because there is a waterfall that flows to what you assume is some kind of lake, or at least pond, beneath you.
How close will they let me get to the priestess for cleaning purposes?
They don't seem to care how close you get to her.
Can I like see the keys on her, or like are they just open in plain view? Are they in a pocket?
She wears them on her belt.
Would it be like obvious to her if they just suddenly like went missing?
Depends on how obviously they go missing.
Depends on how well you do with your sleight of hand check.
Yeah, I mean, I can give it a shot. I can like be cleaning and pretend to trip and fall and like bump into her.
So that would require a deception and a sleight of hand.
Oh.
Both things I'm good at, but
That'd be crap. Perfect for this scenario.
Oh no! Holy crap! What is going on tonight?
That's a very good question.
are you playing with Karmic dice?
I'd turn those off, man.
Load of dice. Yep.
Aaron just seemingly slips, trips, and falls. And as you do, you real quick snatch the ring of keys off the belt of the priestess, who stands up and looks at you and proclaims, "How dare you, stepping so close to a Drow priestess? It would seem that you need to be taught a lesson."
Sorry.
I will say at the same time, I act startled and knock something over, just to kind of continuously draw attention away.
Leave relic. Yeah.
And as such,
Oh no, our pet spider.
Jerry?
Oh. I don't think you're supposed to show that to us, Joe.
no, she's being blatantly obvious about it.
Okay.
Which your armor class with no armor right now.
Is 12.
Well, she's just
Are
a wizard.
Are you going to attempt to resist and dodge out of it because you have no armor, or are you going to allow her to hit you?
In general.
I'm gonna try to dodge, I guess.
All right, then the other guards get involved.
How close is Andre to me?
I mean, I was having the same idea as you, so I would be relative, not like next to you, but levitating close to the priestess as well.
Levitating.
In the chaos. Or you could do sleight of hand on me and get the keys, but
Nonetheless, the two Drow guards come over and begin shouting at you in Elvish, telling you to immediately submit.
I mean, okay.
So wait, the
Suppose
priestess has the key for the manacles, but not for the gates?
She has the full key ring.
Oh.
She just, in addition, has... Yeah.
The guards only have keys to the gates. The priestesses and the captains have keys to everything. And as such, they, do you submit to them?
Yeah?
They tell you to get on your knees.
While they're all focused on her, can I be sneaky and take one of the gate keys from the guards?
You may attempt a stealth and then a sleight of, or just a sleight of hand.
Just a sleight of hand?
Yes, that by itself should be enough.
Oh man, I've been rolling. I've had a lot of good rolls. I'm really working. That's fine.
You attempt to nab one of the gate keys, and they are very focused on Aaron, and as such, they do not notice you at all.
I figure having 2 sets might be a good idea.
But do you obey them? Do you get on your knees?
Yeah.
And as soon as you're on your knees, one of them kicks you to the ground, and they proceed to beat you for a while. And after a few kicks and a handful of punches, a decent pummeling, they eventually tell you, "That is enough cleaning. We'll take you back to the cells now." And they bring you back, and they toss you. This time they toss Caspian into this cell, but they toss Aaron back into the other one.
Do I still have the keys on me?
Yeah, they didn't search you.
Well, I know, but I mean, like, It could have
He just beat ya.
tussled.
And apparently at some point they also moved around some of the other prisoners. Ront is now over there.
No.
I was about
I
to
saw
say,
her.
it's a little cramped in here.
Darendelle and
Cramped in
Shushar
here,
has
too.
been brought in here.
Fish boy.
Fish.
They had
More people.
They had some of the other NPCs go and do miscellaneous tasks, and they've also all been brought back. As everybody makes it back, Shushar greets you he's like, I see him in a different cell now. Groovy.
No.
Oh my gosh.
Oh god.
You see the visual,
Yes. Yes. Approved.
Like, you just gotta go with the flow, man.
I'll curl up in this corner and start using the keys on my thing.
Alright. Also, it seems the main reason they brought you back is it is feeding time, and they start handing the gruel through the bars. And specifically in this cell, as they're handing the gruel, Stool, who has no arms to take any, Ront goes over and takes the bowl, and then he takes both his and Stool's bowl back to his corner.
Jerk.
I go take it from him.
I was gonna say, at the same time you do that, you notice Stareth, the Drow, also confront Ront.
I just try to take it from him. I
Oh,
don't say
so-
anything. I just go take it.
I was gonna say, Stareth is speaking in a language I'm not sure how many of you understand, but he's speaking in a language that Ront definitely doesn't understand. What languages do you speak, Little John, Aaron, the two of you?
Oh, not any of his for sure.
Elvish, Infernal,
Common,
Sylvan.
Minotaur, and Orc.
Well, Stareth is speaking in a language that neither of you understand, but Ront is speaking in Orcish, and he's basically in Orcish going, "What the hell do you want? It's mine. He doesn't even eat."
Doesn't matter. It's not for you.
You saying that in Orcish to him?
Yes.
And you say you're just taking it from him?
Yes.
Then it will be a strength competition.
Really?
Joe?
He hangs on to... Yeah, I know. These are NPCs.
Okay.
They don't matter. They're not matter.
They are your fellow prisoners. He essentially hangs on to both bowls and then shoulders you away. Like I said, doesn't need to eat. I do. And he starts gobbling the gruel down from both bowls.
Does Stool even have a mouth?
Nope, not that you've seen at least.
Does he move?
Yeah. He kind of wanders off with a very sad little gait to the corner. It occasionally makes funny squeaking noises, but you swear you've heard a voice coming from it once in a while. I mean, how else do you know its name?
I attack him.
Oh no.
Oh god. You're goring him.
Oh, you definitely hit him, considering he has no armor right now.
Are you done?
He shouts in pain and anger, and as that happens, the gates open up, and a number of Drows step in, well, as one of the captains, to break this up. You notice it is the one with the horrible scarring on his face.
Why does it show different pictures sometimes in the room?
What do you mean?
Well, for Jorkin, it
Oh,
shows
I think it's because I'm doing it from D&D Beyond. I think. And then I click on the horns. In Roll20. Get damage.
Anyways, the Drow starts speaking in a language that, again, you don't understand. Ront doesn't seem to understand. Little John, what languages did you know again?
Not any of theirs. Minotaur, Common, and
Can you at least
Orc-
tell us what
orc.
they're speaking?
Not if you don't understand.
I mean, I can hear Spanish and know it's Spanish, but I won't understand it.
You see the one walking. C'est le combat!
What is going on?
Sound like Underdark.
I ignore it because I don't understand it.
Pardon! C'est le combat!
I mean, you'd think they would have figured out a method of communicating with prisoners that don't understand their language.
They're
Why would
Drow.
they- Yeah, why would they
They
lower
beat 'em.
themselves to us?
Yeah.
You are all lesser beings.
Does Ront do anything when they're talking?
He looks over confused, but you also see that he's trying to decide if it's worth punching you.
I just try to take the bowl again.
He lets go of it. He doesn't try to hang on to it this time.
And I go take it to stool, put it right in front of him. And then I go over here and sit down.
The Drow kind of look around to decide that you've all stopped. And so they go back out and shut the gates behind them again.
Well, we know we can get him to open the door.
I don't feel like that.
Of the people in my cell, who would I find has been the most level-headed?
In the current cell you're in?
Yep.
Honestly, probably Boopido and Elden. To some extent, Jimjar. Topsy and Turvy are kind of keeping to themselves, but they honestly just look like they're more... They've spoken to Jimjar, but they don't seem to trust any of you. Shushar talks to everyone, but he says odd things. Eldeth regularly talks about wanting to escape and how, you know, we need to look for the best chance to get out of there.
Is it obvious? Okay, what is Boob's name?
Elena? Elena?
Oh, I thought about Elena, but then I looked at that's how you spell Elena.
You could. Just depends on how you pronounce that E.
Perfect,
Is
Elena then.
Is it obvious that she's an Azamar?
Yes. Jeez.
Glowy
Azamar
eyes.
typically they have very shiny eyes. They usually have some sort of physical feat that gives them away, like vestigial wings or maybe light feathery patterns around their forehead. They're also typically very beautiful.
So especially down here in the Underdark, her eyes constantly glowing kind of give her away.
Same with mine.
But no, specifically Little John, you notice that Stool like makes some weird motions around the bowl and then eventually uses one of his little feet to tip the bowl over and spill all the gruel onto the floor.
Fine, it's his girl. He can do what he wants.
And I will go up to Eldeth and kind of timidly. I know you talk a lot about getting out of here. I happened to cross one of these, and I'll show her the keys.
And she'll perk up at that and she's like, are you making it obvious or are you trying to only show Eldeth?
Only showing her right now.
Alright, then I am going to need you to make a stealth check to see if anyone else notices. Alright. In that case, only Eldeth of the NPCs is seeing. If anyone else in that cell wishes to make a perception roll to see if they notice that.
Nah,
So
I'm
that'd
too
be-
busy taking my nap.
I'm busy ignoring this part.
I'm praying.
Well then, Eldeth comes in a little closer and tells you, "Oh, that's wonderful. This should give us a good chance to finally get out of here. Now the question is, when do we do it?"
I think in numbers might be our best bet in this case. So maybe talk to who you trust.
We should probably get the stats on everyone to find out who we can rely on.
Give her a nod,
She nods back at you.
and then I will go back over to myself and kind of eye up everyone and figure out who I might be able to trust here.
Well, by this point, Shushar is like sitting cross-legged and appears to be attempting to meditate. You're not sure when, but Jimjar is standing in the corner, flipping a coin, and then putting it on the top of his palm and seeing if it's heads or tails constantly. You're not sure where he got the coin, but that's what he's doing in the corner.
Might be good. I don't know if we need more sneaky stuff going on, but at the same time, if I don't know where he's got that coin,
We need to
if
get
he's
out
been
of
a
here.
con man for a long time, trust how much I can trust him.
Topsy and Turvy have just taken their food and are sitting together, of course, in the corner eating, just keeping each other company. Meanwhile, Bupido eventually goes over and asks Shushar if he would like to share some of his gruel, because he's actually quite fine.
You get your shackles on her.
I mean, I got them like pretend off so I could like they look like they're still on, but
Okay, that's all.
I can cast spells and stuff.
To which, when Bupido offers to share his gruel with Shushar, Shushar goes, "Nah, man, practicing my fasting. It's been, I don't know how long."
Well, I definitely don't think Shush has a narc, but I also don't trust him to keep quiet.
Meanwhile, in the other cell, you've noticed that after Stool kicked over the gruel, he then went and stood on it. But then you also notice the gruel start disappearing as he stands on it.
Nice.
Sam, Brian, Tyler, what are you guys doing?
I am.
Guard. While I'm eyeing you up.
Well, I'm laying down with my... Oh wait, I don't have my hat, do I?
Is it like
They
nighttime?
would
Damn
have.
it.
They would have left your hat.
Oh, good.
If it's commoner clothing, they don't care.
Good.
It's only if it looked like your clothing would sell.
Gotta have my hat.
The heck to sell?
I'm just laying there with my hat pushed over my head, whistling a little tune.
Suppose we actually don't know what time it is because it's always dark, so never
You
mind.
have no idea what time it is. Your internal clock is all messed up.
I'm just sitting against the wall.
But I'm occasionally glancing over at Jim Jar there.
Who continues to flip his coin. And if you really pay attention, you can tell he's mouthing heads or tails before he sees if he got it correct. And every once in a while, you can see that he's like does a little half fist pump when he gets it right. Meanwhile, in the other cell, Prince Darendel comes over to you, Aaron, and in Elvish begins to converse, telling you, "We need to find a way out of here immediately. I cannot stand this place anymore, much like I cannot stand this form anymore." He randomly starts scratching himself. Do you have any idea how itchy it is having fur?
I can only imagine.
As a fellow elf, I believe that you should feel obligated to help me get back to my kingdom.
What kind of elf are you?
I am a high elf of the kingdom of Nelrin Denven.
Do I have any idea what that is?
You can make a history check.
But I'm smart, so...
You've not heard of that kingdom. Nelrin Denvain, in the High Forest. I was usurped by an evil wizard. He cursed me, turned me into this thing. And then the Drow, of course, mistook me for one of their servants. Of course,
Who
I
was
am
the
not.
wizard?
The wizard Terrestor.
Have I heard that name?
You've not heard that name either.
Tyler, would they know that you use magic?
Yes.
Yeah.
So then I would be able to pick you out as a magic user. What about the other people in the cell here?
You're not sure that... It doesn't look like anyone else in here uses magic. At the very least, nobody else has the runes on their manacles.
I'm going to choose to let Tyler in on this.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna tell the not elf that I feel no obligation just because we are the same race to help him. I mean, I'll help equally everybody, but I'm not gonna give him like special treatment because he says he's an elf.
You feel no kinship with your fellow elves? I mean, of course I understand that thing, and he points to the Drow.
I mean,
You are a high elf, are you not?
I mean, yeah, but I come from like like what are they called? A wandering tribe of elves that don't really.
A gypsy.
Yeah, I'm a gypsy.
You.
He raises one of his eyebrows. Wandering tribes of elves. That sounds ridiculous. No wonder you have no loyalty. Nonetheless, I still feel that you should feel some kinship, even if I do not look my regal part. By the
Any
way,
bit of
at some point after mentioning that, the Drow started comments in Elvish I can understand everything you're saying, by the way.
Okay, so first, would you have given me your name tag?
Yes.
Hello,
Good.
Vic.
I'm up and. Hello.
So, pretty soon you might be trying to get out. I was hoping you might assist us in this.
Well, I tell him that obviously I'm in no position to do any kind of helping. So,
Who are you telling that?
him. The guy who thinks he's a prince.
Right.
Like, I'm just as stuck in here as you are.
I will see.
I mean, I'm not, but, you know.
And our friend there is currently holding on to the keys I obtained. The other one, Erin, I believe her name, might have her hands on something else.
Sounds like things are already in the works then.
I think I'm going to enlist the aid of Muscles over there.
So are you two like just standing in a corner, kind of whispering to each other?
Essentially.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna come up behind you and drape my hands over you. Be like,
Oh. I'm 16, Sam!
I'm 14. Bad touch.
This is the bad touch I'm used to.
You feel another
He
pair.
didn't ask any consent.
You feel another pair of hands on you, Lucas, as well as you. I haven't learned all of your new names. Venick, as Boopido also steps over.
now, what do you two seem to be talking about over here?
Yes. What are we talking about over here?
Just a friendly chat.
Oh, I love friendly chats. What kind of chat are we having?
Just what we used to do before coming here.
Ah, yes.
Kind of like slowly backing away from them. It's like, nope.
I used to be a prospector outside. Looked for new ore veins to work.
Well, do you think you could navigate these tunnels?
Well, of course, I know how to work around the Underdark. I was born down here.
And you, sir,
Name's Lucas.
Lucas, what did you do before?
I'm a bounty hunter. You see that Minotaur? That's Little John. He's my partner.
Little John's not in here.
Well, yeah, but I was in
said,
the
did you
previous
see? Did you
Oh,
see?
okay. I thought you said do.
Yeah, her do you see?
And Jim Jar over there is still coming with me in chains. Even once we get out of here.
Are you saying that loud enough for Jim Jar to hear?
No.
I was gonna say that's a good way to get killed in your sleep.
Well, we don't. Lucas, did you want to stay here?
Do I look like I want to stay here?
Absolutely not. There's absolutely no good veins in here. On top of that, I believe they're going to sell us.
Yes. Well, Death and I are working on something. I may have come across a pair of keys, the gates. And I believe the High Elf. That's what you are, Kelly.
I mean, yeah.
At least that's what you appear to be.
Yeah. I suppose I come off more pink than purple, so.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, I believe she might have procured something else as well. We're going to get out of here. And we need to work together. This entire time I'm completely playing the naive young boy that doesn't really know much. It's not
Has the prince
actually
guy
how-
wandered off yet?
He's not talking to you, but he seems to kind of be following you around.
Ah,
You kind of get a feeling he's got that elven superiority complex.
great.
I tend to enlist Muscles over there. And maybe suss out the others.
What is Boobs doing?
She's probably pretty anxious. We're not in the same cell anymore, and she's usually the one that I appear to be hiding behind most of the time. But for the most part, she'd be keeping to herself.
Can I tell if she's anxious?
She's not really very good at hiding things, so probably.
I'd assume she's probably standing right by the doorway, like waiting impatiently by it.
Yep.
That's not very helpful. Does Stool even have anything on him, like, that's restraining him? Or is he just kind of a blob that's sitting in here?
He's just kind of sitting there, because there's nowhere really to put the manacles or anything on him. He's just in here. You're not really sure why they took him.
How big is he?
Let me double check. I know he's small. I think he's like 1.5 feet, 2 feet tall.
How much does
right
he
back,
weigh?
guys.
End of the campaign.
I don't think they went into that much detail. He
I
does
mean,
not
if he's
weigh
a
much.
mushroom,
I
he's-
know that.
I should say if he's a mushroom, he's probably pretty light.
Yeah, I know for a fact he does not weigh much. Yeah, there's no details as to like his weight or anything.
I guess I would also approach Brian or Zed.
Oh, he's 35 pounds and he's 1 foot 3 inches.
What's really funny is my other question would have been like, is he like a medium-sized dog? So yeah, he's a medium-sized dog. Got it.
Also, at some point, all of you in this cell suddenly notice like strange little flecks of light floating around.
Which cell?
This cell.
Wait, like, where does it seem to be coming from?
Please don't be a pixie.
You may make perception check.
Yeah, that seems about right.
Well, you realize that there are actually spores in the air.
Gross.
And as you start to breathe them in, you suddenly all realize that you can communicate to each other, even if you didn't all recognize each other's languages. But you all keep hearing one voice in particular.
It's Stool, isn't it? Oh, please give him the manliest voice you possibly can.
I don't think I can find the correct voice. No, I'm not giving him the manly voice.
Dang it.
Make it very aggressive.
It'd be really funny. Like a Hulk Hogan voice.
Thank you, big Mr. Hornman.
No.
Oh, you're welcome. Got good food.
Thought Halloween was over.
But he kind of like comes up and then stands right next to your leg.
You
Who
can
is
hang
it?
out here anytime.
Anytime you move around, he kind of follows you around now.
Sweet. I have a pet.
Can we hear the people in the other cell or just our cell?
You can now, anytime any of you speak, you understand each other.
Oh, okay.
In reality, it's the telepathic links you all have to each other.
Right. Thanks to Stool.
For an hour.
Yes.
Or as long as he's generating those spores.
Yes. Meanwhile, what is everyone else doing?
I would have approached Brian.
Does the Dark Elf have runes on his chains?
The Drow does not.
Might be one of the reasons why he's got here. Drow highly value magical abilities. Being magicless is basically being even worse than nothing. Anyway, Brian, or I guess, Zed, well, would you have given your name, Brian?
Probably. Since I've only been here for 3 days.
Zed, I believe your name.
If you want, put one. Put him in the head.
Oh.
All the touches.
We're planning on getting out of here, and might need some extra muscle.
Can do.
Great.
Tell me when and where.
First, we need to finish recruiting more to our cause, and then maybe. Well, okay, so guard postings. What is it like just before and just after feeding us?
They keep the same number of guards regularly at the doors, but when it's feeding time, they usually bring more just in case anyone tries to do anything funny.
Because like you said, we've lost track of time, so I'm trying to go off certain events that happened and kind of determine guard postings and and changing sub guards as well as.
Yeah, they rotate the guards every few hours, you would assume. It's not easy to determine time, but that's your guess.
So there's less guards, at least brought to the cells before feeding time. How long do they stay after feeding time?
As soon as you've all been fed, they leave.
Okay. So probably just after feeding time would be your best bet. Or sometime after feeding time once they go away, because then we've already eaten and we can therefore have the food in our bellies. If the guards aren't relatively lighter at any point in time of the day, what about when they come to take some of us out?
They bring extra guards to not only keep watch at the gate, but to escort you.
So there might be less guards at that particular moment to keep watch of the prisoners we're taking out?
The same number of guards are kept at the gate, guarding the doors at all times. There's never less guards at the doors. There's only ever more.
If we're generally put around the same time, it's usually, that's probably our best bet of figuring out a time frame to do this. And I would rather it be after we've fed. So that's the information I'm turning to everyone that I've talked to thus far.
Well, if it gets me out of these chains, that's fine by me.
Probably pretty obvious that I'm not a naive kid at this point, but I continue to shrug.
Yes, it's very unobvious.
I think I'm going to have to approach Jim Jar.
Jim Jar.
Jim Jar.
Or Jimmy.
Jimmy.
As far as these bottom three, I'll probably keep them over there for now. And
But
with
you-
that, yeah, I'll approach him, and then after that scene plays out, I would go to Eldeth, and then once we all get adjusted to different cells again, talk to the next set of people. And the next time she and I are in the same cell again, probably make
Right.
a move.
Well, you approach
I'm
Jim.
going to talk to Stool while the telepath is up, getting information on things like how long he's been here, why he's here, what's going on, things like that.
Well, Duel can tell you that he has been here 1 day.
Thanks,
Which is-
Stool.
Which is good, because he's not sure that he can count much higher than that.
Oh my goodness.
He may have been here longer, and he just doesn't know how to count any higher.
Where are you from?
He tells you that he is from the Neverlight Grove, and that he really wants to go back home to the Neverlight Grove, which is where he's from, because that's his home.
By?
He's not sure. He doesn't know where it is exactly.
And then I'll just do like dumb small talk. And if it's telepathic, does everybody around us hear the same conversation? Can we just do it to each other? I don't know how that works exactly.
Specifically,
with
it
the
says one another, so I assume it's whoever you're attending.
Yeah,
Okay.
the way it's described, it seems to be like directional.
Okay. Then that'd be it. Just making friends.
Is fake elf guy still watching me?
I mean, not necessarily watching, but he's staying near you. And by fake elf, I'm assuming you're referring to Prince Darendel in his Quagoth form.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'll talk to Jim.
You approach Jimjar, and he looks up. What can I do for you?
Well, you seem like a man.
Hang on a second. He flips the coin. Heads or tails?
Oh gosh.
Tails.
Looks at it. You got me. And then he flips you the coin.
Okay.
You have one gold coin. You have one gold coin. Anyways, what were you gonna say?
You seem like a man who enjoys opportunity.
That I am.
We're planning on getting out of here soon.
Good. It's about time. Wait,
So-
how are you planning on getting out?
I seem to have come across a set of keys for the
I
gate.
see. I bet you 10 gold
Oh gosh.
that you can't unlock the door without being seen.
But you would be watching me.
Yeah. Oh, fine.
So
You won't be
you-
seen by the sentry. If you can you get past the goal, get past the guard, without being seen. 10 gold. I'm good for it, I swear.
I suppose I'll take you up on that offer.
Nice.
First and foremost, seem like you might be skilled, and we could use the extra hands.
Of course.
Can we count on your assistance? At least until we're out of here?
Absolutely. I've got absolutely no qualms with doing disservice to the Drow.
Very well. And then I would go back to El. I would bow out of the conversation, go back to El.
Actually, no, I should... What languages do you speak?
Common, Undercommon, and Thieves' Camp.
Okay. Well, Jimjar speaks Common. And Bupido speaks Undercommon. So in actuality, it may have only been Caspian that understood Bupido earlier.
I understood him.
Okay. Because he speaks Undercommon.
I would report to Eldeth that I've recruited most of the people in the cell, and yet unsure of the topsy-turvy and
Shushar,
the Zohan over there.
the Kuatoa. She nods and then leans in. But you best keep your eye on the Darrow over there. Can't trust dark dwarves.
I'll keep it in mind. And then I would also, when they change us around, we'll speak to the other prisoners. And the next time we meet, after they feed us, the guards leave. That's when we'll start.
Right. Well, your day eventually comes to an end, and during the night, several of you have unsettling dreams. Where is it? You see strange, disturbing things, like dark shadows moving out, trying to get you, and you wake from your nightmares. Specifically, Venick, you in particular have very troubled sleep. You keep seeing... You feel like in your dreams you'll suddenly have a wound, and when you go to look at it, it's crawling with masses of maggot. But you awake the next morning, and they get you ready to do some more hard labor. From the first pen, they decide to get Little John and Aaron, again, to go do some work.
Before we move on, during the night, at least when this guy was asleep, I would have, snuck over here and talked to her and showed her the keys and unlocked her and show her how I had mine, to pretend that they were still on.
Right?
Oops, Mickey.
Elena.
Okay.
That
Perfect.
But yes, they decide to get Little John and Aaron, and they want the two of you to operate the lift for them. They bring the two of you out.
Have I done that before?
You might have done it before. They bring you out to here.
I don't know where here is.
It's
Oh,
dark.
okay.
It's
Oh
dark
god.
and scary.
They bring you over to there, and they seem to have specifically picked Little John because they know he can actually operate it, and they just happened to grab Aaron because she was next in line.
Thanks.
But they have you operate the lift that seems to be helping a scouting group coming back. It leads to the ground, so you must make strength checks, which obviously it is a help action because you can help each other. And I'm assuming Little John will make the check, unless you want Aaron to make the check.
I will make the check.
Probably a bad idea.
Oof. You're having trouble actually pulling it up, and several of the Drow start complaining and shouting, telling you to start lifting it faster.
Shut up, we had bad dreams.
So heavy. We need some more protein in this diet.
You get it up, but it's slower than their normal Quagoth servants. Which, you notice that they have the Quagoths that normally do it just behind you, They just seem to have given them a break and made you do it.
That's what she said.
Okay. Meanwhile, from the other chamber, they've decided to take Venik and Shushar. And they have the two of you going, and they are having you both help cook.
I'm good at that.
Shushar's cooking.
Probably something along the lines of, it ain't about the recipe, man. It's about heart. It feels.
Nonetheless, they bring you to the, what seems to be the barracks, which is also where, or not the barracks, the main hall, which they have for both a kitchen as well as just a cafeteria. It's not very big, but it is somewhere different.
Pretty small.
And, Little John, Aaron, you actually see them brought to it because it is the door right back here.
Wait, where?
I can't see anything over here, though.
Really?
It's all black for me, yeah.
Then I'm assuming there must be no light here for you. Unless... oh wait, yeah, your token has night vision, doesn't it?
I doubt it. I don't think I have night vision.
Unless they do Minotaur. Then, yeah, there might just not be any light over here. There is not light over here.
Gonna be hard for me to pull it up then.
They literally bring you right up to the rope and tell you to stand there and only pull the rope.
Okay.
But, yeah.
Yeah, apparently
You-
the class doesn't, but
What were you saying?
the class, or like if you're fighting the monster, a Minotaur, it has it.
Yeah,
Not
but
if
not
it's
the race. Interesting. Nonetheless, yeah. Venik and Shushar, you get to help cook. While you're cooking, Shushar keeps making comments like, I don't know, man, why we gotta, like, cook them? Just eat them the way nature intended, man.
Okay, I lied. He dies first.
Nod and be like, and just keep working.
Not even saying like,
He picks up and he holds a mushroom that you're adding to some kind of stew, and he's like, the gods didn't want you to take their creation and turn it into something else. It's already good the way it is. And he takes a bite of the raw mushroom.
Are you sure that wasn't stool?
Nah, Steel's still back in the cell.
Oh, okay, good.
you loosened Elena's manacles, right?
Yep.
But after moving the lift and doing some cooking, as well as they do bring some of the other NPCs out and move them around again, you are brought back to different cells. No.
No, I don't know anybody in this cell.
Well,
And then
A nice corner.
they once again serve lunch.
It is crowded over here.
Stool!
Stool seems upset because he's no longer with the Horn Man.
Yeah, that's fair.
He once again looses another puff of spores. Several of the cellmates that are not familiar look concerned. Specifically, you see Eldeth start trying to cover her face so that she doesn't breathe them in.
And I'll say, no, it's okay.
She looks at you with a crazy look.
Well, I'll try to explain to her what it is going on in my intelligent way of speaking that I can't do words with right now. Here, I got those. Hold on. Okay, well.
It's average.
She'll figure it out.
But, yeah, eventually, once enough of you have inhaled the spores, you again hear Stool's voice.
Hornman.
What?
He's in the other cell.
So,
Yeah, we're only picking up little bits of what you're saying, Joe.
what other cell?
Oh, what other cell?
Is that the mushroom speaking to me?
Here, I'll use this voice instead.
That's better.
Me, it's to all of us.
And what's the Hornman back?
You talking about Little John?
Oh.
You all feel a sense of distress as Stool shares his feelings with all of you. Oh wait, no, it's the only other mic it is. Never mind.
I was gonna say.
There's like it is within 240 feet, though.
They're gonna be pissed.
So, you guys don't feel it, but he is definitely giving those off.
Don't worry. No, you'll meet again.
Is again.
Yeah, no, you did it again, Joe.
When is again?
Soon.
When is soon?
I feel like this is gonna be a losing
What is
conversation.
the highest you can count to?
What?
Then it's within one.
Which one?
Not your one, my one.
When is your one?
Soon.
When is soon?
My soon.
When is your soon?
Now. And we run out the gates!
He starts looking around all excited. Yes, Stool is obviously distressed. He wants the Horned Man back.
Tyler, will you spread around our plan to anyone you find trustworthy? Other Ted said he'd be right back.
I don't remember him saying that.
Sorry, I just had to get up. What's happening?
Would you spread around the plan to everyone that you find trustworthy? You would have seen, if we had prior knowledge of each other, you would have, and Elena and I were in the same cell, you would have known that we're together.
Yeah, I would go talk to her.
And she
Other than that, she's but the only person that is trustworthy.
Wow. You hear that, little John? You're not
He's
trustworthy.
big, scary, hairy, and has horns. I am out of my element already.
I'll remember that.
Too Sharp pats you on the back. It's alright, man. It just means he's cuddly.
Just look at him like,
And then he walks over to Little John and starts like patting your fur.
Too bad I'm not over there right now.
I help you.
I'm just trying to tell my brother over there that you're not scary, man.
Your brother. Tyler, you've been adopted.
Oh no, what they believe happens. He starts turning into a fish person.
no.
It can be scary though.
They really can.
Yeah.
He nods. I'm sure you can. But that doesn't mean that we should be scared. You know?
He's just a child. He doesn't know any better.
He's young. He's got a more open mind.
I don't know if that's true. I haven't done anything to him to scare him, but he's scared. Just making assumptions, not opening his mind.
Or maybe it's because his mind is open. It's open to being scared. You gotta learn to find balance, man.
Kill this man!
My
Like,
balance is just fine, thank you.
like we're behind bars right now, but you're free in your mind. They can't stop you from thinking, you know?
Who's they? Who are we talking about?
Anyone. The man. Or in case of the Drow, the woman.
Oh my gosh.
I love
I'll
it.
keep that in mind.
Elena would also let in Little John on the plan, considering she respects.
Little John seems cool now. Creepy toad dude, no.
Well, she would have been. She was there for when he stood up for school,
Yeah.
and she respects that.
He's actually a good guy.
Shushar would gesture towards Elena, but not this woman. She seems like a respectable woman.
Hey. What's going on? Where are we going?
She gives him a nod, and that's pretty much it.
Shushar then proceeds to go back to the corner, sit cross-legged, and start meditating.
You're not meditating, you're napping. I know the difference.
I say you're not in that cell.
Making a reference. Well, they didn't split me and Eldeth up like I was hoping. So, either wait another day of this, or we can just do it. I guess. How long do we think before they transfer us?
You're not positive, because some of you have obviously been here quite a while. So, who knows when that quote-unquote week or weeks was from. It might only be a couple days. Or it might actually be a couple of weeks. You're not sure when the time frame was set from, is the biggest issue.
Well, is there only these 2 cells?
It would seem so.
That I've been. Well, then I will approach Elda and ask if we figures they should wait any longer.
The sooner we escape, the better, if you ask me. No telling when they'll decide to just get rid of us.
No way to communicate with the people in the other cell.
So we moving now?
Am I like, can I hear them talking?
Oh, right. I haven't let you in on it yet. Well, I would have coached you. Did you leave the keys with Elena, by the way, or?
Nope, I got him.
Ah, nuts.
She tucked them away.
I'll be like, would these be helpful?
Well, I would ask if you could do my math. At the very
Yeah.
least.
And anybody you've already talked to. Yeah, I would.
Well, actually, before that, we'll wait till we get fed, and then we'll do all that. And then, yes, we'll be attempting our breakout, I guess.
So we're busting out now. Once we've had food.
Gotta give them a nod. Well, actually, don't have to, because we can all speak telepathically right now.
Yes, you can.
Well, then I give a signal, Little John with a whistle to get ready.
I whistle back.
There was a means to communicate between.
But only people who made backstories together have been able to.
Yeah. But that works out.
Perfect. Yeah, no, it does. But they don't have a key now.
This means that you have to get to them.
Yep.
I'm gonna go to Ront and say, after we're done eating, I want you to hit me.
You're saying that, I'm assuming, in Orcish, because you
Yes.
understand Orcish.
Yep.
He makes a fist. We have to wait till after we're done eating.
Yes.
Fine.
I hope you have a plan, because that just sounds like more guards.
Well, it'll probably take the guards away from ours side.
Flanking maneuver! We take them from behind.
Nonetheless,
I don't think that way.
And I'm gonna tell everybody else to get away from the door.
Is everybody in this cell, like, on the plan? Besides Stool?
And a dark
no, I
elf
haven't-
buddy there.
I haven't talked to him yet,
But I'm
also
gonna have
Drow's,
to
but
be able to get next to Ront.
I'm suspicious of him, but if
I'll
he
kind of
trusts him-
start whispering him about what's happening.
Prince Darendel is annoyed that the only other elf has been taken from him.
Oh, thank God.
He wants you.
But you're talking to Sareth.
Mm-hmm.
He hears you out, and he brings up the fact that it is not the best idea to go against the Drow. They are capable warriors, after all.
Well, so are we.
Yes, they are capable warriors with their weapons.
Well, that's why we will have the element of surprise.
He shrugs.
I'm not, like, asking you to be on the front lines in this or anything. I'm just telling you what's going to happen. If you decide to come along with us, that's up to you. And I'll show him the key. I'm like, do you want to be unclasped or not?
Better than being stuck in here, at least.
There, that's the spirit.
But yes, they serve you your food. Wait, what?
Saska, I'll laugh the entire time we're doing this wrong. We're all just running straight to TDK.
They all serve you your food. You are once again served more of your gruel. And then, after the food is distributed, the bowls returned. Extra guards leave again. And once the guards are gone and the food is gone, Ront comes over. And very quickly...
Wound wallops.
I rage.
You rage before he hits?
Yeah.
Well, I'm pretty sure that hits with your current no armor.
Nope. It
Or
does
no,
not.
actually.
I'm a barbarian.
That's true. You don't need armor.
But you could let him hit you.
Yeah, I'm gonna let him hit me.
And he's not holding back. He's doing the damage.
Yep, I figured.
But
I
the
yell.
sound quickly attracts the guards as they come to open up and start shouting. They are once again shouting in... At this point, you'd probably guess Undercommon, which only some of you understand.
I do.
And as soon as they come, I want to try to like bull rush them through the doorway.
Alright, so we're gonna start getting some initiative.
Probably.
Kelly, what is up with your rolls?
It's
Just you
probably
are-
just going to be tonight and tonight only.
What
She's
is-
on a roll tonight.
That's what I'm saying. Karmic Dice is on. She was rolling so bad in the last campaign.
I mean,
And the one
same with
before
me.
that.
Look, I actually got a 14 on my initiative. I got over 10.
Eh,
Hell, I got over 5.
eh.
This
What the
is
hell up?
old. It's not updated. It doesn't have the buttons for everyone. I'm gonna have to make buttons for every single character. Oh gosh.
Why did you have to do it beforehand?
I think you also. Well, I think he also said that this is a character-heavy campaign.
Yes. I didn't think I'd need... Yeah, it's already on Roll20. I'm sure they've updated it since the last time.
No.
You know, they have not updated any of this module. It is still the same. I have to have like 15 character sheets open.
I also kind of wanted to speed it along because I didn't want to spend this entire session in the set.
There have been some... I've seen it where like people spend 2 sessions doing this.
I was going to say, or you just
Wow.
need an extra like player to just do your NPCs.
Well, that is one of the things I'm considering, is giving out the NPCs amongst you. But I also don't want to do that on the basis of some of their abilities. Reveal... They wouldn't reveal their abilities, so I don't want players to know what they can do.
Like, I bet Shushar's, he's got something good.
It's obviously, like I said, they don't necessarily trust all of you.
But I mean, look at this face. It's a trustworthy face.
Shushar?
No, mine. More trustworthy than Jimmy's over there.
I made everyone's impression of you is you coming up and putting your hands around me.
Yeah,
I
the
put my
first
hands
thing you
around
do is you
both of
come up
you.
and put your hand around 2 children.
Oh no.
The 2 minors.
The ones that were sneaky.
You belong here!
You do belong here.
I'm only 14.
Oh, I know. He's touching me inappropriately. Beat him up!
Alright, I think that's the entire thing. So Caspian, you've got the initiative.
Can't really see beyond these bars. And you want to have dark
That's why you
vision,
go and
be able
open
to-
them.
I do.
Right.
Can you see anything on is it just a solid door?
It's a gate, but it just has a wall in the lighting.
It's just a black line,
I know.
so I can't see beyond it.
Let me put in place something.
I mean, is Drow dark vision that good?
Yes.
Okay.
Not
I'm
as
just gonna
good as
say-
mine.
They live in the dark.
In the
Mhm.
Underdark.
I know, but like dark vision is like usually just like a grayscale, isn't it? So they just don't ever see color, or what?
There. You would have seen the other guard run to the other cell when they heard the fight break out.
And I'll still be stealthy about opening this door. I'll give Jim Jar a wink.
He winks back.
That was the bet, right? Just open this door without the guard seeing.
Yep.
I know the front has to be in here. The Ranger Stalker.
The Blue Stalker Ranger.
Yes.
For one
If
round,
the
that
Drow
thing's
rely on
terrifying.
resurrection, should be invisible to him.
But you get it open.
Alright, and then I'll take a step out just to kind of... Manacles off, by the way.
Yep.
Just
I
to
assume
kind of-
everyone in that cell has their manacles off.
Yeah.
Just to kind of get a
Good.
scout
I
out,
gotta use muscle magic.
see where everyone's looking.
Do you do anything else?
Oh, I can't see anything else, though. No.
There's not much light. There's very little light. They've put some light in your cells because they know most of you are not denizens of the Underdark.
I mean, I'll
Aaron.
listen close, I guess, to see if there's anyone coming from this way. I don't know if there's a passage over there, but...
Do I still have my pipe?
Your pipe? Yeah, you still have that.
Okay. I mean, we're trying to be sneaky.
For now.
Okay.
I'll give those of you that don't have night vision 5 feet so you can see what's around you, basically.
So what's the plan?
Link up with the others, and then
Kick
find
asses.
an armory or an escape route.
Like, I can make a little torch if you need more light, but... or I could just lead you over there.
Just going to have to trust your eyes for right now.
Okay. So we're gonna be sneaky and start heading over there.
I'll make a stealth check. If you're being the sneaks.
Jesus.
I deserve this, man.
How does it feel?
Feels so good.
I don't know, I'm gonna be very sneaky this round.
Do you do anything else?
No.
What else do I need?
Jimjar is gonna sneak up. Shit. He's... Okay, there it is. Sneaking along. Topsy's gonna stay in the back and not do anything. Same goes for Turvy. Lucas!
Let's see. What is that in front of me there?
Where?
Here.
That? That's a ledge.
It's a ledge.
A ledge is a rope. There's a rope bridge off to the side over here.
Dear God, this is really bad.
Dark vision! I gave you 5 feet
I
of
know.
very dim vision.
I know.
That's why I always hit her with dark vision.
This is
No,
why.
it's more interesting this way, honestly.
This is why I said
I like to see where I'm going.
Yeah, people were saying that if you have no one in the party with dark vision, pretty much a TPK white man.
Oh.
But if everyone has dark vision, it just kind of becomes oh, this is a normal campaign, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll wait there.
Right? Ront, he kind of looks at you, trying to decide if he should keep punching you or not. Do you make any kind of signal, Little John?
I try to point to the guards and see if he listens. I'll tell him in Orcish. Let's get out of here.
And then he runs over and starts grappling that Drow.
The laugh you gave there, Joe, makes me feel like we were supposed to wait for something to happen.
Check. 1 versus the Drow, which he's going to go with Dex. And he fails. So Ront is going to move him 1 back. How far can you move someone while grappling?
I forgot to give Elena.
I left in case... You can roll her an initiative quick. So, what can you do once you're grappling again? You can shove them, but he'll have to wait till his next turn. So that's as far as he will get with that. Meanwhile, Shushar is gonna step forward and just be like, "Violence is not the answer, man."
It's the answer we're using today.
He just puts his hands up. Venick. Well, I'm a conscientious objector, man.
Let's push him over the ledge.
I'm gonna wait.
You
'cause I
wait.
can't really do nothing. Yep.
Little John,
I will move up and attack.
afraid that doesn't hit. All the times to roll that low.
I know. That's going to be my turn.
Zed,
Is this bridge accessible too? I can walk onto it?
You can walk onto it.
Okay. I'm gonna stay with a hold action in case someone closes that door. I'm gonna throw him over.
All right. Meanwhile, Eldeth moves up as far as she can. Tells the Caspian, as well as obviously Lucas and Jim Jar close to here. We need to find an armory as quickly as we can. Not going to be very good without any weapons.
Weapons?
Tool comes waddling along. Boopido also comes
Does
up.
Stool even understand what's going on?
Not really, but he's following you all because you're all leaving.
I am going to ask if he can continue his spores.
He lets out another puff.
Oh, great. Now we're spore addicts.
This Drow
That was kind of
is
sporadic about that.
going to attack. What is your armor class, Little John?
16.
He does not hit you. You're tougher than he expected. Prince Darendel, seeing the situation, you hear a growl come from the back of the cave, and you notice that he seems a bit more feral as he shoves his way past everyone else and makes a couple of claw attacks against the one in front of you, Little John, but he does not land a single blow. Meanwhile, this Drow is going to try to escape from Ront, but Ront overpowered. Yes, he manages to overpower him. Just barely. Stareth comes up and stands behind Stool. Caspian.
I imagine I have the general idea of where the other cell is.
Yeah. You know it's down over where you can see some light coming out of it as you walk right into a Drow.
I'm sneaky though.
You are sneaky. He does not notice you. And he's also being grappled by an orc.
Is this like how is it look like he could fall through those ropes?
That is what appears to be a giant spider web beneath you.
Ah, well, I'm going to trip this drow and help him push him over.
Alright, so you're making essentially a shove attack?
Yep.
Alright.
Or assisting in it, at least.
Would you rather assist or would you rather make the attack?
What do I roll for making the attack?
A melee attack.
Just any melee attack?
Pretty much.
I don't really have... Could it just be an unarmed attack then?
Yeah, that works. Just a melee attack to represent an attack roll. Yeah, you help push him off. Ront easily lets go, and he falls down into the webs.
Can we get a wheel ham?
I don't think I've got that.
Of all the noises.
No, I do.
There it is.
No, that's me.
Aaron! He still didn't roll an initiative for Elena.
He did.
Yeah, he did.
He didn't select the token.
Pretty sure I did.
Nope.
She's not in the initiative counter.
That's intelligence.
Oh, yeah, that's why it's yeah. He rolled a 8 intelligence level 2.
Where is the initiative?
It's the little D20.
Go. Better. Sorry, she's still. No, she's not gonna. She'd be able to help, but everyone's in the way.
But Aaron, what are you doing?
Alright, so I saw that guy get thrown over the edge.
Yes, you did.
I'm gonna hit this guy.
Well, that definitely hits him.
I know.
And he looks quite confused
That's okay.
as someone is casting spells.
Oh no!
It should not be possible.
What is going on? Well, he doesn't know that. I could have just, like, thrown a piece of fire at him.
As you shout, Ignis!
Shut up.
Yeah, and yeah.
Do I have to shout it, though?
It's a verbal and semantic, so that means you're doing
Oh,
hand
I
sign to
know.
And you
But
don't
does it
have
mean I have to
quiet
yell
casting.
it?
You don't have quiet casting.
What is that? Is that a thing?
hand. Yes.
It used to be. I don't
Used
think it is
to
in
be.
5e.
I was gonna say,
It is.
that sounds like a 3rd edition thing.
Isn't that
Yeah.
something?
It's in 5e. It's you have to get the meta magic adept.
Oh,
So it's a meta magic.
She could get it then.
be a quiet caster.
Yeah.
Silent casting.
Because otherwise, it's implied that verbal components can be heard.
Yep. Just like in Baldur's Gate. Basically shouted every time.
And it
That's
echoes.
weird. Why? Oh, I want to know why, though.
Because
The
that way
magic
it's
of
hard.
words.
Well, it's also as a mechanic to try and make it so that casting spells breaks your stealth. That's why. Nonetheless, are you doing
So
anything
it's
else?
a game mechanic. It's not like okay.
Mostly.
It's not a practical.
There's probably some in-universe explanation that I just don't personally know off the top of my head. But is that your turn, Aaron?
Yeah.
Well, Jimjar is going to step over here and tell Lucas how much you want to bet. The orc is going to actually throw someone over the ledge. 20 gold?
Does he have a gambling problem?
Aren't they both orcs? Or is that other one an actual half-elf orc?
He's a half orc, but he's pointing at Zed. So you can see what Zed is standing there ready to catch someone if they open that door.
I'm just gonna look at him and say no. No, I ain't
You don't
I ain't gonna take no bet with you.
You don't think he can? Aw, come on. Fine. Shrugs. Topsy and Turvy continue to sit in the back, not wanting to get involved. Lucas!
Okay. Is there anyone in front of Aaron?
I don't know, can you see anyone in front of her?
No, I can only see Aaron.
You could ask me.
Is there anyone in front of you?
Yep.
Is it an enemy?
No, it's Caspian.
Oh, well, then I can't get behind.
A lot of tight spaces up here.
Can't really kick ass over here.
You need to specifically kick it. You
I
could
guess we
like
should-
ask to switch out with me.
I guess we should have asked, is the light in the room in the prison cells by candlelight?
No.
We could just take a candle with us.
That's already.
They've essentially put some glowing fungi in the room.
Of course.
Can we take
Lovely.
it with us?
Well,
Yeah.
the problem is the moment you pick it, it stops
It-
glowing.
Yeah.
But it's a fungus. You don't. It's not like. Okay.
Now,
Don't ask me, it's what's included.
Now, Caspian, is there
One
anybody
side
in front of
over
you?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Is there anywhere around you, Caspian, I can go?
Yes.
Where? Okay.
Right
so
in front of
go
him.
Right there. He's in the webs. How far down is he?
He has fallen down a good, looks like 20, 30 feet.
Oh, well, yeah, not reaching him. Alright, fine. Well, I'm gonna come over and start beating on that drow.
Dwarf. Wonder if we have it down yonder.
Really?
No, you're not.
I'm afraid that doesn't hit.
Well, good thing it's unarmed, because I got my bonus. Mother! Fucker!
You punch roll.
Are you using the crit chart in this one too, Joe?
Yeah, that was my plan. Right off the bat.
Are you a monk?
I am a monk.
He's made a tactical error.
Wait, so you're a cowboy monk?
To build my character the way I am starting off with monk.
He's like a combination.
I
He
am a
wants to be able
combo
to
of
shoot
3.
people and also brawl with them.
He's going gung fu.
I would say more so think of like literally like cowboys running up and just like punching people in the bar.
Why didn't you just pick fighter?
Because fighter doesn't have the things that I want. Like, monk gives me gives me the unarmored skill, which allows me to add my wisdom and dexterity together for my AC. My AC right now is 17.
Okay.
Nonetheless,
Plus, I'll be able to move faster later on with monk.
it doesn't help him because all it gave him was a chance to disengage, but he has nowhere to disengage to.
Okay.
Ront laughs at the pathetic human. and shows him how it's done.
I was so hoping it was going to be a 1.
And he punches him. But he only has one attack. Shushar just kind of stands at the back and watches it all happen. Venek!
I'm staying out of this fight. Not really much I can do anyways.
Little John?
I will try to attack again.
I'm afraid that's still not a hit. The two people that actually could fight.
Yeah.
Zed, no one has come out that door yet.
Oh, I guess I'm gonna open it. Try to
You open
wait.
it?
Yep.
Well, you open the door, and there is one drow in the room. As you go into the top of the guard tower.
Well, is he looking at me? Or
I mean, he looks like he was grabbing some equipment before he was heading out the door.
was it so technically his sword is still sheathed, or whatever he has for weapon?
He has his weapon on. He was like putting on the belt. But yeah, it is sheathed still.
Can I grab it out of the sheath?
You could walk up and grab his sword out of his own sheath. All right, you now have a short sword. So you just walk up and pull the sword out of his own sheath.
Thank you.
I got a sword.
He's violated.
I got a weapon.
You've got a short sword now.
I just gotta find the thing for it.
Man, great sword.
Oh yeah, I suppose I could have given you a shiv.
I specifically need a weapon that costs at least 1 silver piece.
Where do I get the weapon from?
Here.
It's little that, isn't it? Little eye.
Well, because it's not one word, isn't it? There it is. I drag it over. There it is.
Ooh. I'm armored. So short. That can be used strength or dex, right?
Yep.
Okay, let's I'm gonna swing it.
Wang. Well, he has his armor on at least, so
Yep. Well, I'm done.
don't get through his armor. But is that your turn?
Yep.
Eldeth gets up behind Zed, but can't get into the room yet. Stool wanders around, but he's not quite sure who he should be following. He decides he knows Aaron, so he follows Aaron. Meanwhile, Boopido goes further up, and this Drow continues to fight back. The main one who's been hurting him has been Ront, so he is going to attack Ront. And he hits Ront. 7 piercing, as Ront takes a pretty ghastly wound. Elena.
Unfortunately, she can't. Well, she's Azamar, so she has dark vision.
Oh, how much dark vision does she have? 60 or 30?
It's 60, I believe, and 30. No, it is 60. It's just 60, I believe.
Oh, there.
Well, is there enough room for? Well, hold on. Is there enough room for her to move up there?
She'd have to squeeze by a lot of people.
Yeah, that sounds like it's probably a dash. Never mind.
Tight spaces.
Indeed. Well, she will continue to do nothing.
Alright. Meanwhile, Prince Darendal gives over seemingly to his bestial curse. Lands 1 blow for 6 damage. And in so doing, kills that drow. Meanwhile, this drow is stuck down beneath in the webs. So it moves forward. At the start of the turn, you see from further below another drow come up some stairs, Zed. This one has all of his gear. How did they make these? Nonetheless, it is your turn, Caspian.
Step on over here and loot a weapon.
Alright, he has a short sword and a hand crossbow.
Take them both, I guess. I'll actually... Yeah, no, I'll take them both. And then I'll probably hand one off to Elena when she next gets up to me.
Right. Aaron.
Is that all of the enemies in the vicinity?
Up here, yes.
Okay.
But everyone else still needs their manacles taken out.
Oh, right. I will just pass the key up.
Whee! Anything else?
I'd hope they'd start unlocking each other, but no.
We can't do that. Well, it's our turn.
Well, Jim Jar is going to stand at the back because he can't get anywhere. Topsy and Turvy are going to keep waiting. Lucas, the key has been passed to you.
Well, I'll pass the key on over to Caspian.
Why not to...
Alright. The org.
Do we need to?
Or you could unlock it for him.
There you go.
True. I'll unlock it for him. And then I'll go over to John. Am I able to unlock him?
I'll say that you can use your bonus action to unlock him as well.
Alright, I unlock him.
Right. Anything else, Lucas?
I will... Is he still feral?
Somewhat. He seems to be wearing off a little bit now that the enemies are dead immediately in front of him.
Okay, I'll give the key to... Or toss the key to John there to hand off to the next person.
Alright. Ront comes over here, shoves past Aaron, gets as far as he can, shoving everyone else out of the way, trying to get up further. Shushar stands over here, awaiting to be unlocked. Venick.
So I'll just move there, waiting to be unlocked.
Little John.
I will unlock you.
Who is you?
Oh, it's a Varric. Bennett, that's it. And then give him the keys. And I'm going to try to move and say, where's Stool?
He's behind me.
Don't worry. He's safe.
Can't tell if I can go anywhere, so you stay there.
Pretty much not. From what I can see, it's pretty crowded.
Zed.
Oh, I'm gonna rage.
Right.
Bonus action.
Got a rage going.
Thought he had a rage going. Oh, that's sad. Never mind.
You sick elf. I'm gonna swing for the hills.
Wing. That's a hit.
You kill those hills.
Sword. Don't laugh at me.
That was 1 damage. He rolled a 1 on that die.
Yeah.
And he did 6 damage. But that is your turn, Zed.
Yes, it is.
Meanwhile, Eldeth sneaks around the corner and sneaks into the room. And she has managed to also get herself a shiv. Character sheet up.
How does she sneak around? The guy's in the door. I'm in the doorway, but the guy's there too.
Yeah.
I don't.
She moved through you using the extra space, and then she stayed in combat range of the guy.
Oh.
Also, little known fact, she's the sneaky one. Come on. Why is her page not loading all of a sudden?
I'll be right back.
He's one
Can't
letter
get a
away
drink.
from Esdeath.
Esdeath.
Forget what the enemy is called, but...
Come on, load the page. Fine. I'll just use a short sword because that is already on her page. She does not land a blow anyway. Oh wait, she makes 2 attacks.
Is she
Still
also
doesn't
hidden? Is she hidden right now?
She hidden?
Yeah.
No. This Drow, seeing her, is going to strike at her. And miss both times. Meanwhile, Stool runs up but can't get past Aaron to get to the Horn Man. Boopido steps forward a bit. This Drow is dead. Elena!
Man, I would like to keep the short sword, because that's what I need. But she's not good at deck stuff.
As soon as I find a better weapon, you can have my short sword.
So I will hand her the short sword.
Alright, well, she has a short sword.
She is still locked up too.
No, she's
she
not.
got unlocked a while ago. Yeah, I just remember that.
Did she do anything else?
No, she's just relieved to see me. Okay.
Prince
Did the
Darendel,
keys they call her?
the keys that Aaron had remove everything.
Okay.
But Prince Darendel calms down, regains his bearings, kind of looks around, and anyone who understands Elvish hears him say, I'm sorry for anyone who saw me so ill-disposed.
I roll my eyes. Are these just normal Drow guards, or are any of them like captains or anything?
They appear to just be normal guards.
Okay.
Not seen a captain yet.
I don't want to see Captain.
This
I
Drow
do
is
go
still
over the ledge.
This Drow is still stuck trying to get out of the webs. Meanwhile, Sereth waits to get further forward.
Well, he's gonna be waiting a while. Only one orc. No, some sword.
Caspian,
With 60 feet of movement, can I get down here?
get down where?
Down here.
Oh, 10,
Is it-
20, 30, 35, 40, 45. It'd be 50 feet to get there.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I do, because
There's a lot of people.
there sure is. That'll be me.
Wish
'Cause
they
I can't
didn't
attack
me.
with this crossbow because I had dash.
I wish they did. People
Did
were
he have
out.
bolts on him too? The
Yes,
Drow?
he did. He had 20 bolts.
Remember, you got your one Drow poison bolt too.
Yeah. Would I be familiar if Drow are actually affected by their own poison?
Nope.
That's a good question.
I'd rather not use it in case you miss and hit me.
Aaron,
Is it 20
Well,
crossbow bolts?
I can kind of see this guy.
that does not hit.
I tried.
Jim
It
Jar
also
is
has magic.
stuck in the back.
No.
Topsy moves up. Turvy moves up. Meanwhile, the door down here opens. Probably not.
No, not other.
There we go. And one of the captains steps in,
Oh hell.
and he is going to just order the others to capture the prisoners.
Yeah.
He
Okay.
is too far above. There are others to order around, therefore. He will not be bothered to do it himself. Lucas.
I think I'm a little
Are these
stuck.
all male Drow?
These are all male Drow.
They are the common fighters.
They look like they have spider webs on them.
That's the artwork of them.
They actually know it's their hair.
So, yeah, that's gonna be me right there. Because, there's no room.
Yeah, tell me. I couldn't retreat if I wanted to.
Bront is annoyed. He tries to shove everyone aside, but can't get any further forward. Meanwhile, Shushar continues to wait to be unlocked, hoping that someone will notice him.
No, it's me.
You got this, kid.
Which one?
The only other kid up here.
Oh, Vedic.
And the one that's got the keys.
I shall unlock him and then give him the key. But like, you can unlock the rest.
He nods. Now we're free in mind and body.
See those?
Could have left.
Lock him back up.
So I should be able to get to
Oh,
here.
wait, we can use him as sushi.
Why do you hate Shushar so much?
I don't like hippies, man.
And there's no wait. And there's
I don't
no
like his
enemies
contradictory
around.
nature.
Tyler, there's nobody except for stuck dude down there.
And what I got going on.
Yeah.
That's,
Zed is holding the line
We're,
against
That's my
everything.
we're a little traffic jammed.
A
Yep.
little. I'm glad I'm not claustrophobic.
I feel like this map should have been bigger.
How
This should
far
have been
down
bigger.
are the spider webs?
The spider webs, depending on where you're standing, are anywhere from 20 to 50 feet down.
Okay,
Alright.
never mind.
I recommend not jumping on spider web.
That's my turn.
Usually a bad
Alright.
idea. Yeah, that big
Little
one.
John.
My turn.
Back there in no man's land.
Try to get. Can I get up to Stool and then tie him to my back with my silken rope I found?
You could.
Oh,
That's what I'm doing for my turn.
He thinks it's odd.
do I still got my spider?
Yes, your spider is still with you.
How does he see? Does he have eyes?
Stool?
Yes.
He feels.
Echolocation.
Stool, where is
It's probably blind sense.
Yeah, probably.
That'd be my
He
guess.
he has dark vision. I don't know how, but he does.
It's got eyes!
Somewhere.
I mean, most Myconids actually do have eyes, so he's probably got eyes somewhere. Zed,
Oh. Attack again, I guess. Nothing else to do.
that's a hit.
Did the same thing, but I
He
made
is
him
consistent.
Oh yeah, got
He
that one.
is.
Got that one again.
relatively still good damage for a level.
I am
But
done.
that warrior is still up. Eldeth is going to try to help.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, God. Do some damage. Hey,
She gets a
damn it.
hit. I'll just be rolling some normal d4s because I couldn't add a dagger to her sheet. And she kills that one. And quickly scoops up the short sword from it so she can actually use a short sword.
All my hard work. She comes in and steals the kill.
Or actually, he doesn't have, because he took the short sword off that one.
He just have a sword. I have it in my hand.
But in this room, there are tons of weapons, so she grabs a short sword.
Oh, I didn't have time to look. Saw a guy, stole his sword.
So now she uses her short sword on the other drow and misses.
There's a rapier in there.
This drow will attack her back and hit. She takes a blow.
A blow.
Stool is now kicking his little feet while he sits on your back. Not like kicking you, he's just kind of happily wiggling his feet.
Oh,
There's a
like a
tickle.
massage?
Wonderful.
No, he's just like kicking his feet out because he's up in the air.
I would have got a massage, like, massage your back.
Boopy dough.
No, that
Steps
guy
into
never
the-
had a turn to go.
Who?
The draw I was fighting didn't have a turn.
Oh, wow. I feel.
That's fine. I didn't want him hitting me anyways. What the hell is this guy doing?
He goes into the room, also grabs the short sword. And of course, well, I didn't know they all have their like starting weapons that they're not supposed to have.
Yeah, at the beginning, I did pick some weapons, but I still got javelins.
Yeah, it tries to give you stuff automatically.
I'm like, nope. Joe said no equipment, so no. I got rid of my inventory.
Oh, every time I open one of these sheets, I think it's because I have too many sheets open. Not loading any of these sheets. I've literally got like 10 sheets open.
Well, I guess I gotta buy another laptop, Joe. Just put sheets on there.
Fine then. I'll use what he naturally had on his sheet, which is a spear.
A spear? I don't want a spear.
And he misses anyway. Elena!
Step out here, and then I guess dash to here.
Sterndale steps out to here. Shakes his head as he looks at the long line of people all standing in front of him.
Now there's no wizard on the other side of the webs. You can shoot up there, shoot a fireball.
You know, Sereth will stand back there. Caspian!
Well, gotta get into this room.
And it is the guard tower that has a table, some chairs, smaller side table, a number of hooks with some equipment hanging from it. Primarily, it appears to be chain shirts, some studded leather armor, some shields, some hand crossbows, bolts.
How does that
for
all
those-
fit in that tiny room?
Like I said, this map does not make sense.
Is there a
I mean,
rapier
items
in
are
there?
relatively small, but short swords, daggers, some coils of rope. Yeah, that's about it.
No rapier?
No rapier.
Yeah, stick with it with the short sword.
How much does a long, short sword cost?
I don't know off the top of my head.
It needs to be at least one silver piece.
I'm pretty sure it costs more than that.
Perfect. Well, then I'm taking the short sword.
Might keep this one hanging on my wall.
Oh no, I'm not hidden because I had to dash. I forgot.
Would remove your hidden.
Yep. Well, he's engaged other people, so I still get my sneak attack, don't
If there's somebody else within 5 feet.
That'd be him.
I? Oh, this guy's still alive too, isn't he?
Yep.
He is.
Okay. I did not realize I would not have
Hey,
stuck
yep,
it
so.
through.
Water's all there.
No. Can I mulligan this turn?
No.
Alright then. Well, I guess I'll stab this guy.
Which one?
Hidden.
That one.
All right.
The other. The down and pointing elf.
So sneak attack. This is a regular attack roll. I guess I've never played, so.
Yeah, it's an irregular attack roll.
Slow once per turn.
It just does more damage.
If you attack and you meet the conditions of a sneak attack, you add sneak attack damage.
Actually, 1d6 damage.
It increases based on your level. If you have advantage, or if there is an ally within 5 feet of the enemy you're attacking.
Yep.
Which there is.
Okay. Well, then I will swing with the short sword. Actually, I'm going to flick it, and it'll resonate with strange energy, and then I will smack it.
Well, that hit.
Oh, I forgot to add the sneak attack. Can I roll it? Yeah.
Ooh.
And then what I'm using is Booming Blade.
Well,
That doesn't. Only if he moves. That's basic.
well, if he, well, first and foremost, your attack with the sneak attack damage was enough to kill him.
Oh, okay.
So another one goes down. So your booming blade was for nothing.
That's fine. It's a cantrip.
But that is your turn,
Yeah.
Aaron.
You can aim at the captain.
Well, that
Fantastic.
definitely does not hit.
That's all I can do then.
All right. In which case, Jimchar simply waits, lets everyone else move up. It's still far too crowded up there. Topsy and Turvy move up to get themselves unlocked. And the captain, watching his minions go down, and being the drow that he is, disengages. Lucas.
Am I able to dash there?
Yep, with 50.
Bam.
They knew they were gonna have this many NPCs. Why did they make this map like this?
Don't ask. This is one of the earlier adventures where they.
They also probably weren't expecting a group of 6 players.
Well, not only that, but this adventure is written primarily to be theater of the mind.
That'll be me.
It does not expect you to use tokens or mod minis or anything like that. Ront is getting annoyed. Keeps wanting to shove everyone. He's tempted to start just shoving you all off the bridge. Shushar. Freeze, Topsy and Turvy. Be free, my little gnomey bros. Vanek.
I don't think I can really move right now.
Nope.
Most of you are quite stuck.
Mm-hmm.
Little John, who is also quite stuck.
Move one.
On to Aaron.
I didn't see anybody right there on this part.
Yeah, she's there.
She's there.
She-
Weird, I don't see it.
She is there, yes.
Okay, I will not move.
You can't see her?
No, I
you can
can't,
move
that's
to
weird.
here.
Go back in a cell? No, thank you.
Be well. half in the cell.
I have Aaron right here.
No, that's Lucas.
Aaron's right here.
That's
for me.
weird. I'm gonna
Try
refresh.
refreshing your page, yeah.
Yeah,
But Zed.
but if I can't move, I
there.
can't move. That's it.
And my turn. Actually, I'm gonna run.
Okay, now I see it.
Eldeth is gonna take some time to grab some equipment. So she's spending her turn getting the goods.
I will actually go to here because I'm not actually in. I'm just in the doorway. I'll be okay with that.
Little John hates it slightly less. Joe, I thought I had a dash. Down
Move
to
stool with you.
I don't have control of stool.
There it is.
Drop. Dead. Stool continues to sit there wiggling his feet. Poopido also grabs some of the equipment. Elena?
Should move up. And try to grab equipment as well.
Right, what exactly is she grabbing?
A shield and a chain shirt.
Alright, if she takes the time to put on the shirt, she's gonna be here a while.
Oh, that's true. There's a
Donning armor takes minutes.
Just a chain shirt?
Even a chain shirt.
Didn't take you that long to put it on.
D&D rules.
well, she'll take us a shield then.
I mean, she could take the shirt and not put it on.
Because D&D rules that you can carry endless amounts of things in your endless amounts of pockets.
Alright, she'll take the shirt, shield, pretty much all she needs, and that'll be her.
Donning it is 1 minute.
10 rounds.
Yeah. So, relatively realistic.
No, it's not.
It probably took me almost a minute to put on a chain shirt.
I would say more like 30 seconds.
But to get it fitted right and sit on me correctly. Also, she has to put the padding on before she puts on the chain shirt.
Gotta have the padding.
But that's her turn.
Yep.
Prince Darendel. He is going to squeeze past people, get into here, and dash. This Drow is just stuck. Zareth comes in and he starts grabbing some equipment. I suppose we can end at the top of the initiative.